Radical. Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response for March the 15th through the 21st, 2021. Short comments, quick replies. Patrice Bryant. Laughing my ass off. I can't count the number of times people have asked me, what are you? So many different races in my bloodline. But since black is the dominant race and it's on my birth certificate, I just respond with, black is the ace of spades. Laugh out loud. People actually come up to you and ask you, like, what you are? It's kind of rude, unless it's like a child or a kid or something like that. For an adult to do that, that's incredibly rude. But if people ask me, I would just tell them, hey, I'm white. I'm as white as the Xbox One S that I have. Silver Music Box. That guy's a moron, so I approve of you banning him for being such trash. I can't remember where this was from, but I get a lot of trash that comes through the channel. And I get a lot of sock accounts. I have to deal with a lot. I think, in a way, sometimes these people are persons. They think that they're trying to gum up the works. Maybe they're just angry. They're just angry at me for whatever reason. I don't know. Sometimes it's defenders, white knights and V-baggers, but sometimes I think it's just people just angry for no reason. And they come here and they try to take it out on me, or they're like, I hate Radical Rick. These uploads are so great. I wish I could do these. I hate Radical Rick. So I'm going to say he's jealous or hateful or whatever, and I have to correct them. It's a process. You see the process on Rad Response. I try my best to correct people. I take my precious time to try to correct people. And if it doesn't work, then I just, I throw out the trash. But, at least I try. No one can say I don't at least try. Sean A., maybe you can get some merch like a Mike Matei alarm clock. When I just came up with that, I mean, I laugh whenever I think about it now. It's so funny. It's so funny, right? And, I don't want to make the noise right now because, it's kind of bothersome. It's kind of annoying, Well, actually, there's some people outside the window. And if I made the noise, they might kind of look at me. That's why I'm not making noise specifically. But a product, I don't know how that would work. Like, I could produce a Mike Matei alarm clock and sell it? Would that be merch on the Radical Rick channel? What would there be play sets? Would there be like a Metal Jesus Rocks play set? Maybe it's him in his basement and everything. Maybe it's like a game where you have to, get him close to the leak or something. I don't know. Maybe there would be a John Hancock play set. You order it, the museum play set, and you open the box up and there's nothing in there, but the merch, I don't know. I think Mike Matei would get really angry, and he would make that angry sound if he saw that Radical Rick was producing Mike Matei merch, and play sets. Heavy Metal Gamers Show. I think every person that is releasing content and are active on YouTube at one point thinks they're going to grow big. Hell, when I first started in 2009, I thought I could, but then reality kicks you in the teeth after a few years, and then it's to the point where some will just continue on, do what they do, some will quit, and many will beg. It's quite sad, really. Well, I will disagree. I don't think everybody thinks that they're going to be big. Like, when I first got on YouTube, I didn't think that I would be big. I even will sometimes make jokes about hey, I'm going to be the next PewDiePie or whatever. I would make jokes because I had realistic expectations, right? The Otis Whisperer. I think he's playing a persona as well, but you may have a point about the e-begging because he's doing a live stream right now saying he's done with YouTube, but only members can participate in the live chat. It's one of those only member live chats. Weird thing about Young, and I don't think I talked about it. I was going to make a side upload, but I couldn't find time to do that. He had one video that was titled, I'm done with YouTube. I'm leaving YouTube. And then he continued to upload on YouTube. So I think it's, whether he knows this or not, I don't know if that really works, to get on there every day and say, I'm leaving YouTube. I'm done, to try to get people to donate. Because that only works so much. I mean, he could be classy about it and only do it maybe once a year around March, like the Completionist, like all these other people, when they're really sad about YouTube. But you really can't do that every single day. Yeah. Mingo. These people are too afraid to brand their channel around politics, so they do this half step where they name themselves something gaming related, but do anything a political channel does anyway. That's what I noticed about Geeks and Gamers, at least the quartering, unless you think he's going to talk about, different years of quarters and just quarters in general, right? But the quartering, that kind of sounds like it might be a political type channel. The quartering. Okay, I get it. But Geeks and Gamers? You go to a channel, Geeks and Gamers, and you're expecting, I don't know, Geeks and Gamers and like geeky and gamey stuff. That's what you expect. And then you listen to the uploads and you're like, the fuck? Like, we got like 15 Kathleen Kennedy. And then I think it's like they shielded around, oh, well, see, we're talking about Star Wars. Not exactly. Not exactly. Right. So I think he started to maybe have one channel and then something happened and, yeah. So I think you should be accurate, kind of like Review Tech USA. At least maybe once in a blue moon, he might actually review some tech. But with Geeks and Gamers, you just look at the channel and like, this is just all anti-SGW stuff, So, yeah, I just don't like that, And change your banner. All you got to do is change your banner. It could be the same name, I guess, but just change your banner. At this point, he should maybe put, Disney with a mark through it, in his banner, I suppose. I don't know. Tron Razorblade. The Switch has voice chat. You have to download an app on your phone, and only select titles have the chat, and there's a virtual console on the Switch. Yeah, it seems like using the back of your foot to scratch your ass, doesn't it? A phone app. Why can't it just be built in? I don't know. I don't have a Switch, but that seems really weird. Have to use your phone to get your phone involved. I mean, is this a serious company? Nintendo? Really? A virtual console on a Switch, select titles. I just don't get how only select titles have the voice chat. Splatoon doesn't even. Does Splatoon have the voice chat even? I don't know. But you know what? It doesn't matter because Nintendo. Oh, everyone loves Nintendo. Warehouse Dave. This is my main beef with e-begging. The societal implications. This is why there's a community of anti-e-beggars. It's not about punishing the greedy, scheming, manipulative e-beggars. It's more about preventing the spread of the disease. YouTubers are extremely influential to our next generation's behavior. We say it's not about punishing the greedy, scheming, manipulative e-beggars, and it's more about, awareness, I suppose, and the next generation. Yeah, I mean, I've touched upon that, the next generation, the children of the e-beggars, and then for all intents and purposes, I think like society is different now than it was 10 years ago in many ways. I think for the most part, the best you could really hope for, Warehouse Dave, the best you could hope for is awareness and maybe on a small level, getting people to just kind of wake up and realize that it's fucking stupid to give money to people playing video games online. But even then, there's still going to be people pushing against that going like, no, I will spend half my check on Ninja. Sean A. Alter Penguin's comment was totally correct. James is just there because of the money. I wonder what that channel would be like if Screenwave wasn't a part of it. It could possibly be worse. James is so unmotivated. So without everybody, Screenwave doing everything for him, what would it be? One upload a month. I guess we talk about how bad it is with Screenwave now, how different it is from the past, but this is the other side of the coin. Like, what would it be without Screenwave? I mean, what would it be? One upload a month? I don't think it would really be anything. I think it would be a situation like Alpha Mega Sin. I just don't think he has it in him anymore. I don't think James has it in him. I think he's done. It would just be Rex Viper videos. Probably. Guttermouth. I was subbed to G&G when he was very small, Geeks and Gamers. You was subbed to Geeks and Gamers when he was a very small Star Wars Shield channel. He mentioned quitting his job to see The Last Jedi first day. Then he made at least 3 pro Last Jedi videos after 3 more viewings over the next few days, including mentioning that he cried during the Luke-Kylo fight. After the internet turned on The Last Jedi, he deleted his 3 reviews and began making anti-Star Wars videos. His channel then blew up. The rest was history. A few weeks later, I commented, "Where did your first reviews for The Last Jedi go?" He said he deleted them because he was cleaning up his channel. He's a slimy piece of shit. It's one thing to be an e-beggar. That's one thing, right? But also to be the kind of person ultimately that has your channel and is not, let's say you're the exact opposite of what you present yourself to be. Okay, so this guy cried after The Last Jedi. I wonder, he says he hates Disney Star Wars. He doesn't like anything Disney Star Wars now. I wonder if he still cries when he goes back to watch the movie, right? So he was a shill for Star Wars, and he completely turns around because it's better for him financially. I think at the very least, he should come out and basically just admit at some point, you know what? He's just doing that for money. His channel is just for money. There's no passion whatsoever. It really gets to me when I see that kind of stuff because he has a whole audience that believes he actually cares about the things he says, but he does not. And I think that's what YouTube seems to be becoming. A lot of people just on it just because it's their job and they're logging in and they have no passion whatsoever. It's just a bunch of fakeness, Sirbot42, I was subscribed to this guy like 2 or 3 years ago. The SJW stuff is all he talks about. I unsubbed because for a while he kept bitching on every video that he hated the new Star Wars and he's going to continue to hate it. Almost verbatim. It got so annoying that alone made me unsub. Like, I get it, it's a bad movie. You don't have to mention it every video. Also, I remember he attempted his first live stream and failed. Tried to play Mario Kart 8 but couldn't get the live stream to work. He is going to continue to hate it and always hate it, right? Well, here's why, Sirbot42. He needs to. He has to. Because it's now a business. He is in the business of hating Disney Star Wars. If Disney Star Wars came out with something really good, like they came out with a movie or an animated movie, or it was really good, I wonder how many of these anti-Disney SJW channels would actually give it any props. That means you're compromised. Just like a shill is compromised, Geeks and Gamers is compromised. Destroyer of Heroes. Showcasing tools. It's just like when we discuss MGR and Hancock. Well played. Albert Menendez. That toolbox, used properly, can make a man tell you whatever you want to hear. Well, in my experience, I don't torture people. I've heard when it comes to torture, you can only get past a certain point to where, people will tell you everything within a certain level of torture. Anything past that, they'll tell you anything you want to know. Like, you ask them, hey, were you dressed up as Ronald McDonald for Halloween? Yes, I was. Yes, what do you want me to say? At some point, it'll become, what do you want me to say? So then it's really useless past a certain point of torture. Terry W. Well-filled toolbox. That's what the ladies say. Surprised you don't have any screws. I did have screws. I do have screws. The screws are one of the things that were outside the toolbox. Any self-respecting man will have screws in his toolbox. What kind of screws? I choose the black wood screws. Useful for not just wood, but I just like the black wood screws. Those are my favorites. Batman 66. I agree with you that the Geeks and Gamers channel should focus more on games, movies, and comics. And I agree no more paywalls, but donations that give to the creators during streams I think is perfectly fine because YouTube is a legitimate business regardless of how unstable it is. It's no different than our economy, laugh out loud. Okay, I agree also that there shouldn't be any paywalls. Okay. It's weird that you say that there shouldn't be paywalls, but you're okay with the donations. Have you seen how much some of these creators get on the donations? Like Batman 66, I would be curious. Like, do you think people mentally in their right minds are donating hundreds of dollars to these people playing video games on their live streams? I'm just curious about that, right? I don't see how you're against paywalls, but then okay with that, perfectly fine because of the economy. Okay, well, I don't understand it. You talk about how bad the economy is. There's people right now that will actually give donations even though they can't afford it to these people on their eBay streams. Okay, so this comment confuses me, what I'm saying. Michael, for real, what happened to Review Tech USA? I used to like his channel 5 years ago, but now he became the one thing he hated the most, e-begging and other drama news channel. It was more than 5 years ago. Like, it's 2021, 2016. I don't think this happened in 2016. It was before that. everything you say here. He hated e-begging? Did he at one point? Leave it in the comment section down below. I didn't follow him from the very beginning, but did he actually hate e-beggars and e-begging? There was a business with $200 and big cheese. No, he's scammed people before. I mean, he's e-begged before. I don't understand it, Michael. But I agree with you there. I just don't. The timing, I don't know. Sean A. Rich finally now is putting in his videos to hit that subscribe and like button. I guess it took an editor to put that in. My reply to you originally was, maybe the editor should edit out the e-begging. Does he say that now? Yeah, I don't understand it. I just don't like that. I don't. If it's a bigger channel, even if it's a smaller channel, really. But if it's a smaller channel, you're like, okay, you get it. Okay, guys got maybe 10 subscribers. He wants to grow a channel, okay? Please like and subscribe. I get it because you're trying to grow. But if you're a big channel, I think people kind of really know what's going on. It just becomes like, okay, so, even some of the bigger channels like 10, 15, 20 million, like and subscribe. We fucking get it. We see the red subscribe box. I've never said like and subscribe because I understand that people, like, how stupid do you have to pee? How stupid do you have to be? You're like, oh, I forgot to subscribe. Okay, thanks for mentioning that. Like, that's one thing that just needs to kind of die out on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and all that kind of shit. Juliet Endemobile. All that car audio and no wire cutters? Come on, Rick. Zip ties are where. Sorry. Brain fart. Zip ties are where it's at, though. Yeah, zip ties are great. Zip ties are fantastic. And you say I should have wire cutters. I'm very good with scissors. I told you this in my reply. Very good with scissors. If you're very, very good with scissors and scissoring things, then you could easily, depending on the wire and the insulation, right? You got to be delicate with it, and I'm very good. Okay, I'm not going to describe the process, but let's just say I'm really good with scissors, and I don't need no wire cutters, okay? Let lesser men use wire cutters. Jackson Ritchie. Jeremy is the guy who uploaded 100 videos about Brie Larson. Was it 100? It might have been like 1,000. I don't know. It was a lot. And usually I'm like, okay, if it's something terrible, if it's something bad, or if it's something maybe people need to be aware of, then I don't really see a problem with multiple uploads if you're trying to reach an audience and if you have something in mind. But even right now, it's about some things Brie Larson said, probably, right? Maybe some pro SJW stuff. Does the world really need all those videos on Brie Larson? And that just from that one channel alone, but we're looking at all these other anti-SJW channels. Does the world really need all those uploads on her? Because what's happening here? It's just something that she's saying. At some point you're like, okay, I'm just wondering here. Like, I think if a lot of people come out and they come out against something maybe like the Cuties movie, all right, that's some terrible shit. That's some bad shit. Okay? There's never enough anti-Cuties Netflix movie. There is not. But the Brie Larson stuff, I don't know. Like, why so many? Oh, wait, I know why so many. That's why there's so many anti-Disney Star Wars on the Geeks and Gamers. It's because it's just their business. And that's all they know. That's all they do because it's their business, Dumez, all these shitty new cartoons have no waist and wide chest, shoulders, triangle shaped. Did you ever see Transformers Energon or Rescue Bata? What the fuck? No, I did not. I didn't like it in Batman animated series. I mean, I love Batman animated series, great series, fantastic series. And I didn't like to see it in Superman. It's comical to look on that now when you have like the tiny waist and the wide shoulders. That style, it just doesn't. And I think Batman the Brave and the Bold, I just don't like it. I mean, some people are okay with it, but no, I mean, they're cartoons, but it just looks shitty. That design looks shitty. But what's worse, the worst animation ever is in the stuff like Thundercats, the remake. That's the worst, right? So I think can we agree on that, Dumez? Like the Thundercats animation, is that the worst? I think that's the worst I've seen. Gerald have good. The Allen refers to a specific brand of hex keys, like how Band-Aid is a specific brand of adhesive strips. Okay, I learned something about that, and I appreciate that. Hex keys. So it's a type of hex key. I'm guessing the other types of hex keys is, some bits that I have. My apologies for not knowing about the Allens. I don't know everything in the world. I need to learn some more about tools. Now, I'll tell you about Band-Aids since you bring up Band-Aids. You don't want to go with anything but fabric Band-Aids. Don't go for the plastic Band-Aids. They are trash. Terrible. But I had a cut on my toe. And I tell you, I put just a generic brand, fabric Band-Aid on that thing, and it was hot too. Didn't slip. It's some fucking technology. I love the fabric Band-Aids. It's even hard to get off once you get that thing really locked in, but plastic, no. I hate plastic Band-Aids. Lavelle Fury 334. I can't see how people sit and watch someone on screen playing games. I'd rather just watch long plays without the player on the screen. I agree with you. If there's going to be something like I'm going to watch, and I wouldn't watch a long play, but if I'm going to, why do I need to see Billy, Jimmy, and, Joseph and Jerry and, why do I need to see all these random nobodies? Why do I need to see them, and I'm not talking about like the little window. I'm talking about like superimposed. The obnoxious to where they're half of the screen. Just get the fucking little side window. Or just, I don't know. Just, I want to see the game. I don't want to see you. Of course, unless it's a woman with her big jigglies, of course. Then, yeah, everybody wants to see that, right? But no, I really don't care about it either because, I don't know. That's the thing too. Also, I wonder how many these people actually just watch and they won't even watch the game. That kind of defeats the purpose. You're like, oh, I'm watching a playthrough of this game, and after you're done, you're like, well, you know what? I don't remember anything about the game, but I'm just sticky for some reason. Sirbot 42. The only people I watch live stream are my friends because we mostly do it just to chat. The only exception is Joel from Vinesauce. I watch his videos from time to time, and that mostly for his commentary. He also doesn't ask for money. Okay, well, that's pretty cool that he does not beg. Yeah, I get that. That's an exception. If you're playing with your friends and you're watching your friends, if you actually, you're good friends with people, like, okay, then I would watch people live stream. Some people that come to this channel regularly, if you live stream, I would probably watch because, I know and talk to these people every single day. I get it. Okay. Rocky Matt Dragon. I really hope this game is great. I've been craving for a new Turtle game for a while. Have a great day. It looks like it'll be good. I don't think it'll be better than some of the best Ninja Turtle games, but you know what? It's welcome. It's welcome right now. I've also been told that there were some other good games. The one from Platinum, I heard it was not that good, but some people tell me it was okay. I know the worst one I played was probably maybe Mutant Melee. Wasn't really that great. I didn't like it. And the one on the Xbox, I just didn't care for that one at all. The live arcade, Summer of Arcade one, I didn't care for that one. Martyville. I only watch others play video games when it's about showing their skill level, like with speedrunners, or if you consider buying a game. But even then, I wouldn't donate, unless it's for GDQ or EVO, where donations go to charity. I get that, how some people want to watch the speedruns, But here's a trick. If you want to watch a speedrun of a game, just go ahead and, times it. Like you do for maybe, someone like the Quartering, that can't really talk that fast. You could use this for a lot of other things. Make the speed run even faster. Super speed run, right? I would probably say last time I looked something up was maybe how to beat a boss. Or if I'm having difficulty in a certain level, I'm like, okay, how do you get past that right there? So there are reasons people would watch people play games online. I just don't understand why people would watch someone play for 6, 7, 8 hours. You going to devote like that much of your life to something like that? Sorry, not sorry. Ben Kaiser. MGR did a new video on his Switch collection. He then points out that he doesn't care about the value of the games, that he doesn't say the price to raise them for collectors. Lies. So, yeah, I still haven't gotten around to seeing that, I just, but from what everyone tells me, it's bullshit, because he talks about how I don't care. He doesn't care about the value of the games. I don't know exactly what he says because I haven't seen the upload, but that is utter bullshit if he said he didn't care about the value of games. Much of his channel is based around the value of games. Vic Viper. So everybody wants to be a YouTuber. They dream about the YouTube fame or becoming the next PewDiePie. The problem is, all of you want the same thing and you're just a water droplet in a bucket. Good luck with that. What, no reference to MGR? Water droplet bucket? There was a opportunity there, Vic Viper, Yeah, when everybody wants the same thing, guess what? Not everyone's going to get there. It's kind of like everybody wanting the same girl. You know what I'm talking about? Like there's a pretty girl in town and everybody's tripping over everybody to get with her. Unless she's a hoe, then everyone's not going to get with her, right? So it's much smarter to actually achieve the attainable dream. Achieve the attainable dream. A lot of people don't talk about the attainable dream, about being happy with just, just getting some really good, not getting the best, right? People spend so much time trying to get the best. I want the best. I want the best. I want the prettiest girl. I want the best computer. I want to save up to get the best computer. I want the best car. I want the best house. I want the biggest this. I want the biggest that. You know what? But you're not going to be happy living that kind of life. I'm telling you, that's not what you want, right? Yeah, I could probably go further with that. But you know what, Vic? Radical rapid fire, right? Classic gaming. Tekken Gaming, only ASMR that is good is computer building videos. That's it. Only ASMR that is good is computer building videos. That's it. Is that what the ASMR people do? That's a weird, interesting thing. Computer building videos. I've not seen any computer building videos. Does anybody feel that that's the only ASMR that's good? I don't know if that's the only ASMR that's good. There's probably others. Okay. How about bubble wrap popping ASMR? I don't know. Kitty petting ASMR? Purring ASMR? That would be relaxing and everything. What would be one I think? Well, maybe I could see that. If there's a lot of clicking sounds, like things clicking together, like the satisfaction, when you're putting stuff together, that satisfaction. I wish I could replicate that sound. That's just a nice sound. Things clicking together. You hear it in the background. Some rain in the background, Rain ASMR, right? Literally, rain is actually kind of relaxing. So I think the core of ASMR would be relaxing things. But I think it's a silly type of YouTube upload, though, ultimately. ASMR channels, really? Got a whole channel for ASMR? Sean A. What I find annoying in the most is that Metal Jesus or somebody else will say, leave a comment about your thoughts of your favorite, insert the blank, and not even participate in the comments. Okay, I can't do MGR dirty here. I can't, right? For everything is done in the past, for all the scams, for all the cons, for every that, I will say, as a fair and objective person, I have noticed he's been in his comment section. I know it fucking shocked me too, but I went to his channel. I noticed that he was in his comment section. So that is one thing that I think he improved upon through the years, I believe. And people like myself and others that have criticized him, maybe that's one of the reasons that he is improving. The core of critical satire, the goal should be for people to improve. I would like for Metal Jesus to improve in many ways, shapes, or form. And this is one thing I think, from what I can tell, he's improved upon from the past. Gunnar Gallard 420. If he is Review Tech USA Light, does that mean he likes pickles and the mini horses? I forget. Who did I say was Review Tech USA Light? I'm sorry, I upload so much. My memory is a little fuzzy. I would say pickles are the starters to cucumbers. You know, if you want to be like Review Tech USA, and if you want to be able to take the big cucumbers, then you start out with pickles, okay? And when it comes to horses, you start out riding mini horses. And then, then you start riding real horses. Or the horse rides you. I don't know what Review Tech USA is into, but it's some weird stuff. Could you imagine him like trying to get on top of a horse, I just the poor horse. Oh, the poor horse. He would jump on the horse. I'm sorry. I can't get that image out of my head. That's so funny, Epsilon Eagle. ASMR thoughts are the worst. The best ASMR is unintentional. Just search for unintentional ASMR. There are channels dedicated to it. Ignore the whispering thoughts. I don't know. I've never really seen any unintentional ASMR channels. Maybe that might be a step above. Maybe somebody could, really put together some interesting things with it. Still, though, I don't think that would be really that entertaining, but I'm not sure. What's really funny is unintentional farts during interviews. That's one funny thing. If somebody could put together a collection of interviews and people just passing gas and the reactions, that would be pretty funny. Especially when maybe it's obviously loud, or maybe it's a shart, and then both of them just continue to go with the interview and make no reference of it, The Winged Avenger, king or pauper? Young Defiant calls himself a king, but then he holds out his hand and asks people to give him their spare change. I don't know about you guys, but to me that sounds more like a beggar than it does a king. His whole thing is like from a position of power, right? Just like low tier God. You figure that, if you do it from a perspective of like, well, I deserve this money. I'm entitled to this money. People should be giving me this money. You're frauds if you don't donate this money to me. Then, I don't know, maybe that would fool some people into thinking like, yeah, we should definitely be donating to this person. They're the king. But that's literally like the stupidest, lowest form simps you're trying to really kind of cultivate, right? Like I said before, they're trying to cultivate the lowest form simps there are to donate it. But if you're holding out your hands for donations online, which is all that is, you're accepting donations. And he's complaining about how people are not donating money to him. I don't see how you can't classify that as e-begging. But I guess, they figure if they do it in a strong, masculine e-begging way, then it's, okay. But no, e-begging is e-begging. It's just a different form of it. Energy Turtle, the king of anime? Laugh out loud, I bet he's just drowning in trim. That guy sounds like a mumble mouth that needs to speak up a little bit as well. I don't know about really the mumbling. I didn't hear him mumble a lot. I just didn't notice anything particularly interesting in anything he was saying. I didn't, right? And to say you're the king of anime, right? The king of anime, the king of a certain type of cartoon, right? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, that's not really going to get you a lot of trim. Like, from the perspective of somebody that gets a fair share of trim, like, I got things I'm interested in, and me going around telling people, telling women, hey, babe, I'm really fucking good at Shadow of Mordor. I'm like, I'm the best. That hasn't got me one trim. No trim. Like, none. Not a sliver of trim has that gotten me, right? Just the idea that, I don't know, maybe he's not trying to get trim, Maybe he's trying to get beef logs. Maybe that might give him some beef. Classic Tech and Gaming. Rick, I got a question, purely an observation. Will we win this war? Does this topic of grillers, I'm hungry, see I'm talking about grillers, grifters get old? Again, amazing videos, bro. I've enjoyed a lot of your videos, man. Great outlook on the whole culture of classic games, but does this ever get old? You definitely... when not talking about the topic you're talking about, you make some pretty good commentary pieces. I've noticed YouTube as a whole aspect of vlogging, you can't really do what hasn't been done before. just to kind of thinking out loud here in the comments, Rick, nothing personal, my man. Keep up the vids. It's impossible to do anything that you haven't done before. Because at some point, you're going to reach another point, past a certain point, where you're like, okay, I've done that before. And you think to yourself, okay, can I do other things? So you try to do other things. But then some people are like, well, we still like when you talked about other things. So it's kind of a balance, I guess. You can extend things. I mean, I can pretty much talk about whatever I'd like to talk about. I can share my thoughts on a lot of things. And ultimately, I could probably make it more entertaining than most other upload channels, right? But you talk about, does talking about grifters get old? I mean, yeah, anything can, right? I've said before, like, do you all expect me to get excited every single time I get on YouTube to talk about something I've talked about time and time again? No, not specifically. Doesn't mean I can't craft a good upload, but what gets me more excited sometimes is talking about maybe some things that I haven't talked about before a lot. And a lot of you get excited at the possibilities of new avenues of conversation too. At the same time, though, I think it's very important from a perspective of trying to help save people money to continue to talk about a lot of things around, e-begging on YouTube and a lot of scam artists. So I will always do that. Okay, there we go. That one's in the bag. I don't know how long this one is. Maybe it's over an hour, but I tell you, this one might be one of the longest. Not one of the best though. Just to be honest, just to be a little critical of myself, I probably could have done better. But you know what? It's okay because this is a hobby channel, small time hobby channel where I'm just kind of chilling and shooting the shit. So I need to probably put more focus in other areas of my life to be critical about, like real life. That's what I'll leave you with today. Don't worry about YouTube as much as your real life. Okay?